Okay, looks like we are live. Yay! And welcome once again after the little technical hitch, glitch, whatever we would call it. And this is super exciting to restart. And yes, so Access Business and Money, a warm welcome to each one of you. I'm Chandana Bawa, a Joy Your Business certified facilitator, and I am super excited, super excited to talk to you about business and money. So, like we started earlier, we were looking at the points of views that we have about business and how often do you not even recognize them as points of views because you've already come from a space of, but this is business. You have a conclusion around business, or you have a conclusion of how business should be. And how many of that conclusions are that business is a problem? Oh, business is a problem. And how many of you have the point of view that you are the problem in the business? Or money is the problem in the business? Only if I had more money, business wouldn't be a problem. Only if I knew how to do this, I wouldn't have a problem in business. So, how many of you have defined yourself and money as a problem in business? That has you deciding business is a problem. Interesting, right? How we create these equations in our mind. This equals to this and that equals to that. Therefore, QED. But like we asked in the 2-minute earlier call, where we asked, what is business for you? And I would love you all to write down or just text or just unmute yourselves. We have some lovely people on Zoom, and I would love you all to unmute yourselves or just type out or whatever. What is business for you? I know Shikha said that it's income, it's a lot of money. What else?
If it fails, we are in debt. If it fails, maybe we lose our loved ones.
Yeah.
Like my experience.
Awesome. Yeah. Wow. Yes.
मुझे अभी तक ना यही नहीं पता चला मुझे मतलब कौन सा क्या काम करूं कि मैं मनी कमा सकूं। एक जॉब तो मैं करती हूँ, उसके अलावा 5-6 साल हो गए, यही नहीं पता चल रहा क्या करूं। क्या मतलब कभी लगता है बार के शुरू कर दूं, कभी लगता है मतलब सोचती ही रह जाती हूँ क्या करूं, ट्यूशन पढ़ाऊं, यही नहीं समझ आ रहा कि क्या बिजनेस करूं।
Wonderful. I loved what Anju said. And I'm just going to translate that in English because we have so many different languages on the call. So she said that I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. That need to understand is often what stops you from choosing. Because when there's the difference between how we operate generally is that most of us look for opportunities to show up. And I'm going to come to what you said, Richa, after this. Yeah. So most of us look at opportunities, to choose that, oh, what a brilliant opportunity. And I'm going to choose that. An opportunity always comes from the space of it being correct, it being right, the right way. It doesn't come from the space of a possibility. It doesn't come from a space of a question. It comes from the space of a conclusion of it being the right way, and I must choose it. And if I don't choose it, I am stupid. If I don't choose it, I am unlucky. If I don't choose it, I have failed. So there are already results that you have gone into based on if you will choose it or not choose it. So the entire, what opportunity does for you is it creates this picture of you getting it perfectly right that doesn't allow you to be in the question. A possibility, on the other hand, with business, a possibility it opens a door. And then you ask another question, which gives you awareness of what is possible. And when you ask questions around creating a business, it brings to you the energy of what you're asking for. So it doesn't serve you a ready-made business with a stamp saying it will be successful. It brings to you different energies, and now you have to choose what matches your ask. What are you congruent with? What will create greater for me? What is possible here? These are the questions you want to ask. And when you come from a space of possibility instead of looking at opportunities, you actually allow something new into your life.
मैं क्या क्वेश्चन करूं कि मुझे पता चले मुझे क्या करूं मैं? अभी तक यही नहीं पता चल रहा है क्या करूं, क्या क्वेश्चन करूं मैं?
Awesome. So she says, what question can I ask? I love that. So the question that you can ask is, what can I create that can add joy, ease, and money to my life? How many income streams can I add to my life? And now be in that question. When I say be in that question, it's really about being present with what matches that energy. And now taking action. It's not about just sitting in bed, watching television, drinking beer, drinking coffee, drinking tea, and asking a question. It's not about that. It's about asking a question, asking the energy to show up, playing with the universe, including when you ask a question, you actually ask a question without looking for an answer. So some of you have done Access and some of you have not. So if you are new to Access, when I say that you ask a question, I'm not asking you to look for an answer. It's more of just asking an open-ended question where there is no answer and leaving it to the universe to show you, to bring to you what matches the energy of your question. So did you get that? Anju, did that help you with your question? Yeah, awesome, wonderful.
What can I create by His joy, glory?
What can I create? What can I choose to create that can be the ease, joy, and glory, and that can create me a whole lot of money?
Because मेरे को 5-6 साल हो गए, 1-2 साल या 2 महीने नहीं हुए, 5-6 साल हो गए, मैं यही अभी तक नहीं समझ पाई हूँ कि मैं क्या करूँ. बहुत टाइम बीत
So
गया.
when you don't have, okay, so when there's this kind of a situation, do you see what's in her world is that she has what's missing is clarity. And if you don't have clarity in your world with anything, whether it's business, whether it's with your body, whether it's with your relationships, are you really going to create what you're looking to create? Or are you going to be constantly walking blindfolded, thinking that I'm looking, I'm asking, but you're blindfolded? That's where you want to ask, what energy, space, consciousness, and choice, magic, mysteries, miracles, and possibilities can I and my body be that can have me receive and be the clarity with business, with total ease? Okay, and you can also ask, what business would like to own me? You know, we often think that we own businesses. But are you working for your business, or is your business working for you? We would love our businesses to work for us, but we'll come to that later as to how we can create that and how we can actually have business creating us way more money. But right now you want to ask, what business would like to own me? And everything that doesn't allow that, destroy and uncreate that. Right, wrong, good, bad, hot, work, all 9 shots, poison, beyonds. And what business can own me, creating me a whole lot of money? Don't forget to add that, and a whole lot of ease. So something that I'm going to now go to Richa's. Darling, sweetheart, you'll get it in the replay, honey, because I forget. I'm sorry. I would love to repeat it, but I'm so sorry. Once I've said it, I've forgotten it. You'll get it in the replay, okay? So I'm now actually going. I'm actually going to go to Richa's question where she said that I'm so scared. I'm going to lose everybody. I'm going to lose family. I'm going to lose friends if my business doesn't do well. So how many of you have actually decided that the way you can keep your family and friends, because you've defined yourself as successful or not successful based on your business, right? But is that really true? Are you what your business is? If your business is successful, does that make you successful? And what is success? Success is just a judgment. And when you allow yourself to be controlled by the need of success, you're going to allow everybody to control you. You're going to allow the business to control you. You're going to allow what you've defined as success to control you. Mostly people have defined being successful in business as having money, right? But this is where the massive clumping comes together, where everybody looks at business equals to money. Business equals to money. More money means successful business, less money means a failure of a business. This is where you want to look at, guys. Business was created as a way to facilitate trade. That's what business was created for. The purpose of business, when it got created years and years and years ago, when there was a barter system and people would exchange, and then they would have to carry their goods from one city to another city, from across the rivers, across mountains, to exchange their goods. So money was created to facilitate trade, and trade became a business. Did I say it the other way around? I'm sorry. Money was created to facilitate trade, and trade became the business. So if they were trading, say for instance, cows for milk, or no, in fact, cows for maybe chicken, right, or hen. If they were trading that, bartering that, instead of getting the chickens home or the hens back and taking their cows to a totally different city or a totally different place, now they could get the money and they could now be in the business of selling cows. And that's how it became a business. Money is just a byproduct of the business. Business was created years and years ago. So initially people would, maybe there would be an open market and everybody would take their goods and they would appreciate each other's goods, and they would be like, wow, I love your goods, and oh my God, how did you do that? And there would be a lot of engaging, and there would be a lot of communication, and then they would drink after that, or then they would sit and eat some food together. And it became a way of meeting people. It became a way of engaging with people, which started to create way more. So if somebody was selling, say, homemade jaggery or baked bread at that time, what made it different from other people selling homemade jaggery or homemade bread was their energy. The energy that they brought to the homemade bread or the homemade jaggery made it a certain brand. And that's where the business started to get a brand. Their energy contributed to creating it that way. And from there came the byproduct of money. So money does not equal to business. In fact, when we look at business and when we look at the possibilities with business and what it can actually create, and when we start to look at the commerce, what is commerce? It's a massive engaging that when you sit together and you exchange your views, you exchange what you sit together, you talk, And it's not just about communication or talking. It's also about engaging and being the energy or what people around you require. And from that space starts to come, the engaging, the commerce, the business. Commerce is about, more of gifting and receiving. And where you pay for something, yes, you do pay for something. You pay in the form of cash, or you pay in the form of gold coins. Gold coins was the initial form of exchange when money actually came, when even currency, cash came into existence. It was gold coins. They would exchange gold coins to buy something. But, okay, I'm giving you this and I'm taking this. But are you actually just buying a product, or are you taking home an energy? When you go and you want to buy something, what makes your business different from somebody else's business is who you be in the business. When you see extremely successful people in business who you have defined as successful based on your points of views of what success is, you will find that you get attracted to a certain energy that the person brings in your life. More than the money that he's created, more than the business that stands out as a name, as a label, as a definition, there's a certain energy that attracts you. That is him being the brand. So everything that brought up, would you destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, hot popcorn, 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So the questions from FB Live. Harpreet says, means through which we reach to people and offer what we can do as best. Yes, darling, it's more of how many people can you engage with through your business? How many people can your business engage with? You see, your business is an entity on its own, and you are an entity on your own. An entity is anything that can be defined. So your business has a definition, as do you, by this reality. But what if you can look at your business beyond the definitions? How many people can your business then engage with when it's not defined into a box? When it's open for everyone to look at, it's open for people to see and engage with and ask questions around. I'm getting business is doing a lot of things. Yes, darling, business is actually doing, being, creating, and actualizing. The byproduct of all of that is money, right? So like when Richa said that I'm scared I will lose people if I'm not successful, or if I lose the money in my business, you've got to get something here, love, that money doesn't make people bad, good, evil, kind. It doesn't. In fact, money makes you more of who you already are. So if you are a mean, vicious person, more money will make you more of that. Because money is energy and you are energy. So when you receive money in the form of currency, as you know, this is what money in this reality is. It's just about currency, or maybe gold, or maybe silver. But when we talk about money, it's really the energy that you receive. So when you do receive that, you start to be more of you. So if you are kind, you tend to get kinder. If you are mean, you get to be meaner. But it's not the fault of money. And that's where, we want to see that how many people have gone into blaming money for family problems, for family issues, for fights between, a married couple, for fights between children, or whatever, for bullying, for violence. How many people have blamed money for that? But money is not the issue here. You are the issue. Who you be. Until you don't change that, money will just keep contributing to you the energy that you be more of. Because money has no point of view. Money, it's about receiving the money. If you are willing to receive money, money will come to you. Money doesn't care whether a smuggler receives it, a beggar receives it, a prostitute receives it, a businessman receives it, a housewife receives it, a child receives it. Money will go to anybody who's willing to receive it. But have you taught yourself to cultivate receiving? Have you educated yourself about what is receiving? Most of us have learned to reject. You know, it doesn't come from a space of receiving, it comes from a space of rejection. Or it comes from a space of, why did I receive the money? How much did I receive? Was it the right way? Was it the wrong way? Okay? Instead of looking at it and just cultivating the energy of receiving. Meanness is never what is actually really true for a being. So I wonder how much money can unhide kindness, even under people who are pretending to themselves to be mean. That is so beautiful, Isha. Thank you for that. Yes, meanness is never real. It's like you got to really have a lot of points of views about yourself for that meanness to show up towards others. Right? Yeah. So do we have any more questions around business and money? Anything at all? Do we have anything in our Facebook Live? Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please, go ahead.
I'm also wondering about the word that I resist in my business transaction is negotiation. And that kind of questions the worth of my contribution and the honoring. So any would like to say something?
Yeah, I love that. I love the idea of, you know, where we look at an exchange as a negotiation, you know, and negotiation is a form, the person who operates from the space of being the manipulative energy gets to negotiate the meeting his way, right? But how many of us have a point of view around that? And when you have a point of view around manipulating and what manipulation is, you will always find yourself at the effect of it. Because what is negotiation? It is, okay, it's like a D&D, right? It's a deal and deliver, where, okay, you take this and I take this, and now, okay, we are all happy. That's a beautiful way. And that, what is manipulation? It's creating greater for both the parties, with both happy, right? We are okay being manipulated by our kids. We are okay being manipulated by certain people who we are like, yeah, okay, I'll get manipulated. But then we have a massive, massive point of view around certain people and certain situations where we don't want to be manipulated by. So we put up this massive barrier which shuts out all negotiations, right? Because we have a point of view that he's manipulating me and I'm not going to be manipulated. Not from a space of interesting point of view, but from a space of he's doing wrong, right? So when there's this kind of a negotiation, you want to use certain tools like, okay, what will it take for me to out manipulate this? All right, ask to be that energy. Ask to pull energy from the universe through the person, through you and out of you. What pulling energy does is it pushes their barriers down. So when their barriers go down, they start to receive what you are saying with more ease. Here again, it's about receiving your point of view, right? So when they are willing to listen to you, like truly hear you, with their barriers down, negotiation seems easier. right? Did that help you, Chetna?
Yeah, it's such a beautiful thing, such less of a guilt now.
Yeah, I know, I know. And in this realities, most of us do go into guilt about being anger about being manipulated and guilt about manipulating. Yet, most of the time, that's what you're doing. But you're doing it unconsciously. People are doing it to you unconsciously. But if you look at the meaning of manipulation in the dictionary prior to 1948, you will find that it says getting your work done and getting their work done with the least amount of effort and both sides happy, right? So there is no energy of being used there, and you will only allow yourself to be manipulated. A person can only manipulate you if you allow yourself to be manipulated, right? If you are aware the person is manipulating you in a negotiation, don't fight it, don't resist it, because the minute you fight it and resist it, your barriers are going to go up, and now he's going to try harder, and that's what leads to an argument, or that's what leads to a person staging a walkout. When a person is manipulating you during a negotiation, you want to keep your barriers down and you want to be aware and be interesting point of view that he's manipulating me. Okay, how can I out manipulate him? There's no fight here. It's about, okay, you're trying to manipulate me, let's have fun. I'll out manipulate you. What if that's the fun and the joy of negotiation, where you're both happy? Right? And that's the commerce. That is the commerce where you allow your energy to mingle with their energy and you allow the energies to create something different. So you're still not wrong.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, lovely. You're welcome. Yeah. So really, it's interesting um, how we look at business and we look at negotiating with people the right way and never the wrong way. But what that creates for us is this constant conflict within us, with our business, with money. Because now what we've decided is, I got to do it the right way. I got to do it the right way. Or am I doing it the wrong way? So you, instead of asking questions around that, you find yourself in constant conflict. And if you are in conflict with your business, where you're constantly judging it, or you're making it wrong, or you're making it less than, or you're comparing it to somebody else's business, or you're coming from a space of lack and fear, and right now there's so much of that, with whatever's happening in the world, there's so much of lack, there's so much of fear in the world, that people are in that people find themselves in constant conflict and competition and lack and comparison. Comparison, competition, lack will keep you from out creating you. You've got to allow your energy to show up. And the minute you go into comparison or the minute you go into lack, you have just destroyed who you be. You've just destroyed the brand that you be, the difference of who you be. You've just destroyed that. So no one can find you. When you go into comparison, when you go into competition, when you go into lack, you destroy yourself, and now no one can find you. That's where you want to look at it, and you really want to ask yourself, how can I outcreate myself today? Okay, business, what's required of us to do and be that can have us outcreate everything that we've created up until now? It's a really fine line between being inspired by somebody and being in competition to somebody. When you're inspired by somebody, you're willing to be that. When you're inspired by somebody, there's an energy that person brings into your world, which you are like, that, I'll have that. But when you look at an energy or a person and you go into competition or you go into comparison is the first step to competition. So when you go into comparison, You've already decided and concluded that you are less than that. So you would never really outcreate it. You will always stay less than. So when you are creating, you want to really constantly be the energy of what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can I and my body be that can have me outcreate myself every day. And getting up in the morning and asking your business, literally, like, not Pooja, so good to see you too. Thank you for being here. So, so when you're actually in that energy, and when you wake up in the morning, do you wake up with enthusiasm, with wow, business, what can we create today? Where can we go today? What if you could actually allow your business to go global? What if your business didn't have to stay small? Would you allow your business to be so out of control that it would go global? Would you give it the permission? And to get there, what if every morning you can get up and just ask your business, okay, business, who would you like to find us today? Who can find us today? What country? Who? Where can we go today? And it's again energetics, right? So you don't want to take a focused, direct view of your business when you ask that question. You really want to kind of step out and take a bird's eye view of your business and speak with your business by being expanded and looking at your business and saying, okay, business, what is it that you require today? Who can I add to the business today? What can I add to the business today? Sometimes you get a random awareness of go for a walk. You're like, go for a walk, but I'm getting late for work. No, go for a walk. Okay, go for a walk. And while you're walking, you suddenly meet somebody who probably wants to know more about your business. That is you being in communion with your business, communicating with your business, receiving information from your business, and getting your business to contribute to what you know. Your business knows something and you know something. Are you willing to have your business contributing to what you know? That can have you both being greater, that can have you creating a beautiful future. Ask your business, what would you like to be 5 years from now? Where would you like to be? And now what actions can I take to have that actualize? Yeah, Aditi, this is really truly about there being no separation between business and you, and recognizing that money is a byproduct of it. But generally what happens is people go running to create a business to make money. So it's actually, if you see, it's like business is a creation, and now from business, the byproduct from business is money. So this comes first and then this comes. But mostly people want to go here and then here. This will make me money, so I'll go here. This will get me more money, so I'll create this business. This is where the first step of destruction starts to come in. And you want to look at this. What is fun for me? Because when business is fun for you, any form of business is fun for you, be it baking, be it facilitation, be it exporting, be it being a doctor or being an engineer, whatever's fun for you. That is what you want to create, because what's not fun for you will seem like hard work. And hard work, hasn't been fun for anybody up until now. So you really want to create, and hard work, there's a difference between hard work and doing what's required. Hard work is slogging. Hard work is doing something again and again and again and again and not receiving the result. Taking action is something different. Taking action is, this is fun for me, and now how do I create this? What actions can I take here? What actions are required to be taken here? Am I energetically congruent with that? That's where you're asking a question, taking action, and actualizing it. But if you're going to be in the space of, this will make me more money, so I'm going to do this, you've just gone the wrong way. You've just taken the, instead of going this way, you've gone this way. Right? So money is a byproduct, and you are the source of creation. Money is not the source of creation. You, my friend, are the source of creation. What you create becomes your business. And you bring to your business your energy, which becomes your brand. So what can you create now that is so different to what anybody has been able to create? I mean, there's so many people out there who are doctors, who are engineers, who are exporters, who are industrialists, who are facilitators. Each one of them brings something different to the table. And when you copy, you remain a copy. So you really want to ask, who am I and what can I bring to the business? That's different and unique and creates us a whole lot of money. You don't want to leave money out of the equation, but you don't want to make it about money. Did you get that, guys? That's where money becomes a byproduct, and the creation is the magic, the joy of living, where every morning you wake up and you're like, wow, a new day. Which is why we say joy of business. What is joy of business? Joy of business is a joy of creating your life. Joy of business is a joy of creation, which is your life. It's not just about running a business. It's really about creating a life that's different, that's unique. So everything that doesn't allow you to have the ease and the joy with business, with creation, would you all destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, called 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So, do we have any more questions? Or are we good for today?
I have a question, Chandana.
Yes, darling, go for it, Seema.
Let's say I'm a doctor. That is my one stream of income. Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to add multiple streams of income. So my other capacity is healing. So I am adding that as a other revenue stream. So am I not looking at that as making money for me? And isn't that contradiction to what you said just now?
No, darling. Okay, it's a wonderful, wonderful question. And it's really interesting. Yes, when you ask how many multiple income streams can I add to my life today, what are you really asking to add? What is income streams?
Like I have a capacity with healing.
Yeah.
So I can add that as another stream of income for me.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
So my intention is also to get money out of it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It is.
Is it an intention, or is it, okay, let me ask you this. Is it just about the money, or is it about the possibilities that would create for you?
Okay, yeah, I get the difference.
You get the difference here, darling. When you ask how many income streams can I add to my life today, you've opened a door of possibilities. So how many possibilities can healing bring into your world today? Yes, money is a byproduct of it. Absolutely. Money is an income stream. But
It's
along
about
with
creating the possibility.
Yes. And something beautiful that Isha says is that, what if money is not about, what if you're creating anything is never about the money, but about the possibilities? What if money was to create greater possibilities in your life? What if that was the purpose of money? What if you can actually, something that Gary spoke recently was that I would like to use money to change people's realities.
Yeah, heard that.
Right? Yeah. Which is to open up more possibilities for the world. When you change a person's reality, you bring them possibilities. So what if that is the purpose of money? And it's somewhere down the line when money got created, when cash got created, somewhere down the line, man changed the very meaning of money. Where now you're being controlled by money, you're serving money, you seem to become a slave to money. But originally, money was to serve you.
Yeah.
Money was to be a minion to you, which is a servant to you. You were not to serve money. But somewhere along the line, it got twisted. And, instead of you being, you having money serving you, you started to serve money. And that's when money got the control. And that's when people started to feel that, oh, I need the money, I need the money. That's where the need got created in people's worlds. And like we all know, when you operate from need, it always creates greed because there's never enough. There's a constant lack in the world of need. There's never enough. But when you are being the source of creation, and when you are being the source of what is possible, money starts to serve you and bring to you what matches that energy.
Thank you. That's
You're
beautiful.
welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for your question, Seema. Yes.
Awesome, Chandana.
Oh, thank you, Sudha.
I have a question.
Yes, darling.
See, actually, when you said that it opens up many possibilities, it's so beautiful. It's like now I'm doing actually a gift book reading. So, of course, I'm not charging for it. But, when it comes to asking money, that's where there is some kind of, you don't feel very comfortable asking money for your whatever. Like I'm a life coach, so I give them a lot of, ways to go around. But then again, when it comes to the money part of it, that's where, start hesitating because, there are so many people whom and you don't feel like, charging them. So is it a rightness or wrongness? Because of course, it's not that it is a greed. It's only that it's an energy exchange because I do invest a lot of energy in what I'm trying to do, and give them the best.
Yeah.
So this thing came up for me. It's always been, coming in my mind, and I don't know how I just hopped onto your call just suddenly.
Thank you, Sudha. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your question. And if I can say in your question, there was such a justification to receive money. What if that is what keeps you from receiving money? Like I said earlier, darling, what if you can start to cultivate receiving? What if you can start to ask, okay, what is receiving for me? How much? You see, when you have a point of view about who you can receive from, what you can receive, how much you can receive, that starts to control your receiving. Right? And we have, not just you, we all have that point of view. I can't ask my friends for money. I can't ask my family for money. It took me time to work on that point of view too. And there are places where I'm still uncomfortable asking for money. But that's where you want to ask, what will create greater? Maybe you don't want to ask a really good friend for money, but you want to ask, will it create greater? Will they be able to receive it without paying for it? How many people truly receive what you have to give them when you give it to them free? But when you charge them, they suddenly have value for that. So if you're going to be gifting people constantly and doing healings constantly, you will have people who constantly call you and say, it doesn't work. Because they have no value for it. So,
but Chandana,
yes,
I was just suddenly, sorry to interrupt you.
No,
I'm so
please,
sorry to interrupt.
Not at all. Please go ahead.
So, this book read came up suddenly 3-4 days back, and it was, it just got created, and I'm really enjoying it so much, and the participants are enjoying it so much. So the money part of it is really not coming into my head. Like, okay, maybe as you said, it's a byproduct. If it comes, it's wonderful. But, it doesn't put me down or something. I feel so wonderful doing it.
And
So
that's
I don't know
those
what is right and what is wrong.
Yeah, darling, because that's where you're aware of the possibilities it's creating. Possibilities are these little ripples which go into the future, which your body receives, which you receive, and they're like, wow, I don't know what it is. I can't pinpoint it. I can't talk about it because there is no fixed way of describing it. But there's this energy. And this energy is like that ripple effect, which goes into the future. And how aware are you of that, or what it's already creating in the world? And how much is that expanding your world now?
Chandana, you are just awesome. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So beautiful. I felt already, you're reading my thoughts. I don't know how you got right into my head. Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Thank you, honey. Thank you. So Aditi says all the because and justification as an interesting point of view from the 30 days class. Absolutely. Yes, darling. And Sumit says when we make money wrong, that's when we go into the wrongness, discomfort around asking for money. Beautiful. Yes, absolutely.
I just want to share a bit.
Yes, please.
The 30-day class. It's just so wonderful because when you're saying there should be no separation and there should be no justification as what your business is asking for. And I remember I had some questions around the candles that I make and everything, and I had stopped in between. And after the class with you, I was just like, okay, what the hell? I'm just going to go ahead and make these candles. And the money is automatically flowing in post that. So when you're talking about this energy, I can see so much of that melting away, which is not required, making the limitation and the stuck point of views. So thank you for holding and creating this change for us. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to your next classes.
Thank you, Aditi. So grateful, sweetheart.
Thank you.
So great.
Love you. And I second with what Sudha said, that that you just read the minds and then you work on it.
Do I? Me? No.
You are a psychic.
Maybe the miraculous mysterious.
It's actually scary how psychic you are.
No, it's just the energy, right? You allow me in. Yes, Gurjeet has a question. I see your hand up.
Okay. Not a question, but just an acknowledgement. I kind of hopped on to see you.
Oh, thank you.
I was so happy to see you.
Me too.
My only agenda was to see you, but then I got so much along with it. What could be better? How does it get better?
How does it get any better than this? Truly. Yes.
Trust me, it was just to see you.
Oh, thank you. How did I get so lucky to see you, Gurjeet? Oh, I love you, honey. Truly, I'm so grateful to all of you.
And Channa, after every class, I wonder what other thing we add to be said early in the morning when we get up. Because every time you say you get up in the morning and ask for this, how many things do we ask?
How many things do we ask? That's a wonderful question. So, instead of going into, I have to ask this tick, 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 ask what question can I ask today? What requires my attention today? I love asking that question again. Another question to your question box. What question can I ask today? What requires me today? What requires my attention today? And suddenly it'll be my kids, or it'll be my husband, or it'll be my parents, or it'll be my business, or it'll be my dog, or it'll be something random, and then I go with that. Are you willing to go with the energy where it takes you? Are you willing to go wherever the energy takes you instead of doubting it? How much fun can you have with that? Yeah? Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on Zoom and on Facebook Live. I am so super grateful to everyone. And we do have a class coming up called the Access Business and money class, which is, does anyone remember the details? Aditi, Sumit, Sam?
Yes, so it's on
go for it.
28th to 30th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. So
Me too,
please,
yes.
yeah, I'm just really excited because the last IPOC class has created so much, and I wonder now what this will.
Yes,
I truly
wonder. I truly wonder how much greater can
And
this
Chandana, I have to say something that the IPOF class was so much more beyond money. I mean, it was a money class, but it was so much more.
Yes, because, darling, you got to see that interesting point of view is a space of receiving. Interesting point of view is a space of being infinite. Interesting point of view is a space of where there is no reaction. So most of us come from a space of having a point of view of business and money, which is what I started the call with today, because our points of views is what stops us from receiving, creating, and actualizing what is truly possible. If you had no point of view, and it's not about changing a point of view, that I have a good point of view, I'll make it bad, or have a bad point of view, I'll make it good. It's not about changing a point of view. It's about having no point of view. And when you have that space of just being interesting point of view, you're in total allowance of what shows up. There is no judgment of good, bad, right, wrong. And so much is now possible.
It's a space of freedom.
Total freedom. Yes. And that's what is so exciting. And I see so much of change when I see people working on their points of views around business and money. So much starts to change in their lives, because once they're willing to give up their points of views about money and business, they start to receive almost magically. But the magic lies in their hands of willingness to give up their points of views. Right? So I really am excited about the Access Business and Money class, which is a Joy of Business specialty class. It's actually a one-day class, which we are doing over 3 days, 2 hours each. And you get a brilliant manual, absolutely brilliant. And I wonder what else is possible. So feel free to reach out to any of us, and we would love you all to hop on. If you would like to have more information, more possibilities, and magic with your business and money. So I'll see you all. Thank you for being here. Bye.
Bye. See you.